older I get, the more I realize that this quote has a lot of truth behind it. If you become genuinely good at something and you develop a real skill and get real depth in a field and you master something, the people who've mastered that field already, they're gonna notice your competence from a mile away. A lot of you must have heard of the famous Dunning-Kruger effect, where it says that people who lack competence often lack the ability to recognize just how incompetent they are. But there's a whole nother side to it. Competence recognizes competence. Human beings are pattern recognition machines. For example, when a really good musician hears another musician, he can recognize things from a mile away that a normal ear couldn't pick up on. An experienced sports scout can watch somebody play for 30 seconds and immediately see the potential. A master of a field really will pick up on something from a mile away if he sees competence in that field. And this becomes even more interesting when it comes to spiritual life and spiritual development. It reminds me of an old story that a student asked his master that, out of a room full of hundreds of people, how long would it take you to recognize another enlightened person? And the master said it would take about as long as it would take you to notice the one person who's awake in a room full of sleeping people. Maybe your job isn't to search for somebody to push you along the path and validate your spiritual progress. Your job is to work on yourself, polish yourself, purify yourself, become more disciplined, become more conscious. Do that inner work. Nowadays, we have too many people desperately searching for somebody to follow or a guru or something. And that's the kind of attitude that creates a very ripe atmosphere for scammers and false gurus and charlatans and all that. Become the kind of student that a real competent teacher would recognize and want. But you do need to realize that once that teacher finds you and you recognize him, you will be required to humble yourself to take in what he's trying to give you. Like, great teachers are often searching for great students so they can bestow onto them what they have received. If you become the type of person that teacher is looking for, the teacher will have a trained eye to find you. Game recognizes game.